exploring the wonders of Taiwan with newfound friends, celebrating the Moon Festival, and enjoying the most delicious foods. All of this might have never happened.
If you're watching this video, you probably want to do an exchange semester as well. I made a lot of mistakes on the way, so let me tell you all about it so that you don't have to. But when talking about this, we have to start at the beginning. How it all started was that I started studying with someone from NCKU, from Taiwan. She studied psychology before at NCKU here in Taiwan, and then went on to study industrial design at my university, Matthias, in Germany. She told me a lot about Taiwan, and I was super interested. But then, also a professor of mine kept telling me all about how amazing this university was, and that I should really go there, which I decided to do then. Sadly, it was not that easy because of the pandemic, and I had to wait around 2 years. It seemed highly unlikely that it would be possible this year around. But then came a message that it would be possible to come here, which was awesome. But also a little bit hectic at that time, because it was on quite short notice, trying to pack everything, renting out my apartment. It was a lot of work, but it was so worth it. But exactly at that preparation stage, I have 2 things I would really recommend everyone to do, which is basically try to book everything as early as possible and get a credit card. Booking early, obviously to get the best prices on many things, or even have the ability to book in at all. Because of the pandemic, all of us had to book a quarantine hotel for a week to stay in quarantine. In my case, for example, I booked way too late and had to get an extremely costly hotel because of that. So don't do the same mistake. Also, get a real credit card. Obviously, most people know about that already, especially if they traveled a lot more than I did, because many hotels and car renting services require you to book via a credit card. So that was basically another problem why in the beginning I was not able to book a hotel. I had to accept the mistakes I made. It was for a once-in-a-lifetime experience, basically. Exchange semester is a big opportunity that is hard to get otherwise. So it was all worth it. Next up, I had to come to Taiwan, which was quite an adventure. Obviously, like travel always is. The flights were amazing, and all the stress from the preparation beforehand just fell from my shoulders. I also had the luck to meet a lot of very nice people on my flight. For example, my seat neighbors, they are doing their rotary exchange here in Taiwan, which is basically a program for student exchanges. But from what I've gathered, also much more. They were super nice, and the flight was much more fun because of them. Arriving at the airport in Taiwan was a little bit stressful, to be honest, caused by all the bureaucracy of the pandemic. There, the second big mistake became more obvious than ever. Coming to a country without knowing the language obviously is a big problem. In my case, I started to really take learning Mandarin seriously when I first wanted to come here. Now that is 2 years ago, and in the 2 years in which I thought I would not be able to come here anymore, I lost it all, basically. Which is quite sad and quite upsetting. And also poses some practical problems, because obviously everything around you here is in Mandarin. But if you had the opportunity to learn the local language, I would definitely recommend doing so. In quarantine, I was able to rest a little and adjust to the time zone. And also experience some of the amazing food here. The hotel really had amazing food. Not all of it authentic Taiwanese, a lot of it more Western, but nonetheless very good. Which was one of the reasons why I was almost a little bit sad to go from Taipei to Tainan, where my university is located. Traveling to Tainan, the city I would study in, was amazing. Not only because the train ride was quite nice, but also because it was the first time for me to be really under people in the real Taiwan. Before that, I only saw the outside world for one time, where I had to leave quarantine to make an important appointment. In Tainan, my amazing NCKU buddy helped me a lot with getting checked into the dormitory, also get some basic stuff, like getting a mattress and all those things. I was really so grateful, because I think without her, I would have taken like 2 more days or something for that. But in general, there was a lot of bureaucracy at the start, and some of it was a little bit confusing. So one thing I would really recommend you is to double check basically everything. Where will you stay? How many courses do you have to apply to? all those things. Because especially with different languages, there might be a lot of miscommunication going on between you, your home university, and also your exchange university. I had so many moments where in hindsight, I should have just checked and checked and checked again. Double check everything. I can just recommend you that. It's the thing I really learned from this experience. During the first week, my first classes started, which was quite nice because in our first weeks, we were basically able to decide between courses, just test them out and drop in or drop out. But even having classes, in the first days it felt quite isolating. It's obvious that you don't really know anyone here, but I think that's something that most exchange students downplay when talking about their exchange studies. Because obviously, you will meet friends and amazing people, but on the other side, that might take a while. But I have a big tip for you. Something I should have done before coming here, which is basically to just meet people or get in contact with people which will be here as well during that time. For example, for our dormitory, we have a big group with 70 or more international students inside of it. And meeting those amazing people and being able to basically do something with them every single day was a game changer. So maybe ask your exchange university about that, or try to find some Facebook group regarding this topic. As an exchange student, you will just naturally meet a lot of very nice people, because a lot of them just naturally want to know who you are, where you're coming from and all of that. But coming to the country, already knowing people, I think that is a big game changer. And with that, I hope that you will have an amazing exchange semester as well, meet amazing friends and have a great time. I will now try to do that as well. Until next time.